Alright, full warning, today's episode is going to be a misophonic nightmare, so if you hate the sound of whispering, maybe give this one a miss. We're doing the Whispering Studio. Since the last time I made my guide for paranormal cleanup, they've made a way to actually banish the ghost. They've also made a way to banish the ghost on the cult map, so that one or the first cult map, so that one should come up soon. I'll be working on that guide soon. This one I think is the easiest one in the game. Granted, I did just spend 40 minutes looking for a gas can that disappeared as part of the banishment ritual. For this one, we'll be burning paintings. And the collection item is the whispering paintings, which is what's going to give everybody anybody who has misophonia such a problem. So right off the bat, when you enter in, the light's going to turn on. And then you want to turn right and grab this painting right here. This is one of the 4 toilets. This used to actually be the easiest map to complete. Got the garage key right off the bat, so I am going to investigate that early. Furniture moves here, so you got to be careful that you don't end up getting stuck if you're beelining things, like I almost did. Second painting, we got a pizza, got another pizza. Good medkit location. Third painting. Another pizza. And I like to get rid of these boards early on because they will create a problem whenever we try to loop the ghost here. It used to be this ghost, the second it saw you, you were pretty much dead because of how fast it was going. Fourth painting. However, they changed it and made the ghost have line of sight speed like Phasmophobia, so. And the reason we want to get the garage quickly is for that. This is one of our ritual items. Our gas cannon. I see another one right there. And another one, cool, this game is being kind to me after it hit a gas can to the point where I'm like, I cannot deal with these 5-minute long hunts. So you're just going to throw it into these red rings. And I don't want to show it just yet, because I still have one more thing I need to break with the crowbar. But if you throw anything other than the ritual items in some of these rings, you won't be able to pick it back up. So be very careful about your tools. And I cannot pick up this gas can now. That's not good. Fifth whispering painting. We got another one of the gas cans here. We got another one there. Sixth whispering painting, and while I'm in here, I'm just gonna grab the 7th from the bed. And the other ritual item we're going to need, well, first I'm going to grab that, 8th painting. The other ritual item we're going to need is these candles. And they actually do glow in the dark, so if you run around without your flashlight, they'll be easier to see. And then in order to progress it, what we're going to do is just throw it on one of those gas cans. And should burn. Now, I'm kind of concerned that I can't... Oh, there we go. I am able to pick it up. It's just bugged out. So I don't want to throw it into one that already has one, just in case there's a bug. Let me turn on my flashlight. That won't work. And this is where the second toilet is. This is the only one you actually had to get a key to access back when the game was... Back when this map was easier and all you had to do was clean 4 toilets to get out of here. This was the map to grind that out with. And then this is the last thing that we need to break with the crowbar. Another painting in this bathroom. Second or third toilet, depending on your pathing. I'm ignoring the trash piles and stuff because we're just going to banish the ghost and then clean up. And we have the 10th right there. Another pizza. Laundry room 11. Got this candle, which we're going to throw out the back door window. And this is the Shrieker Ghost. She is going to shriek every time she starts hunting. She used to not lock the front door and kill power, but now she does that every time it seems, so... And judging by the fact that the power was not in the garage, it's probably in the basement. One of the tricks you can do is if you can see one of those handprints, you can tell when the ghost is done hunting entirely. On later maps, this won't matter if you're doing the cult ones, because I believe the ghost always hunts, but I'm not sure if that's been changed. It seems like it has, but I want to do some more testing on that. And when the handprint goes away, you know you're safe to come out. Once again, you can just wash all the handprints after you banish the ghost, so... And I almost did exactly what I didn't want to do. So, every time you open this door, that's going to move. And I have gotten stuck because I ran in front of it and then got pressed into the wall. And there's no way to get out of it once you're in it. This one also moves a little bit, but it's not going to get you stuck because it doesn't move enough. Another painting in this bathroom. You're up to 12. This bedroom is locked, but hilariously there's no painting in it. There is, however, one in this boy's room. And a key actually did spawn on that book. I usually run by these if it ends up on that book a lot of times. And then in the nursery above by the teddy bear. Now, candles can spawn in that master bedroom, so we're still going to have to get in there eventually, but for now we're good. I imagine we're going to get a lot of candles in the basement, especially seeing as I only have 2 so far. So this is the basement door, and your first painting is going to be back here. Power's over here, so I'm going to get that back on. And I have got the achievement for turning it on 30 times. There's going to be another painting behind this door. I got a gas can, so I'm going to carry that with me. Because now all we have to do is find candles. There is a painting there, which brings us up to 17. 18 is over here, and we have a candle. You need to remember that. That would be the master bedroom key. There's a secret room back here that's got one in the bucket. It's 19. And the last one is right here. So now we have all 20 paintings. We should have all 5 gas cans. So now we just need to get all those candles and throw them on here. Nope, we're short a gas can. Did I not bring one over? I didn't. And even if it doesn't stay on the ring, you can see I'll grab the candle. It's not going to cause any issues. It just needs to touch that ring. There we go. And we had a candle down there. Once again, if you run around without your flashlight, it's easier to see the candles. I imagine we have 2 in the master bedroom. I was actually right, there's 2 back here. There it is. I was waiting for her to do it. So, once you burn 3 of the paintings, The next time she hunts, she breaks every candle or every window and every light in the entire map. It is hilarious. Again, it's much like the moving furniture. Don't tell your friends it's going to happen. Just let them be terrified. And while she's doing that, she doesn't really hunt. She just stands there. So I'm taking full advantage of this to burn the last paintings. Oh, no. Please let me pick this up. Thank you. And now she's gone. Now, you can stay in here and clean these handprints. However, if you step out, the building will burn down, and then you'll be able to go back inside and then clean the rest of it. Though I might need to wait a minute. Man, this thing's taking a good minute. Alright, I guess I'll go clean up over here right now. Now for trash pathing, what I like to do is just throw it through these windows in the house and then take it through the front door. It's a lot easier than walking around the whole house. Okay, and now that we're back to being able to do this stuff, so the house will burn down, and then you can kind of just come back in here and clean up all the stuff as normal. If there's any trash piles and whatever, it'll be a lot easier to see the handprints this way. You can also throw the trash bags out this window if the boards are still there for whatever reason. If you don't bring your crowbar with you. And then for better pathing on the second floor, just throw it out the front window, like the windows that are facing out that way. This can be a little dangerous because they can get stuck on that lip, but if there's a straight drop, that's the better one to throw it through, like one of these. Okay, so I've been running around the house in the dark for about 10 minutes at this point, and I cannot find this last handprint. I have noticed that sometimes it seems like the last handprint is hard to get, and after checking the community page, apparently there's a bug that doesn't let it spawn, or makes it spawn incorrectly. So I am going to be unable to complete this. I have done it before. You can do the 100%, but it seems a little RNG. Fortunately, this is the map you want to farm for money anyway, so you'll be able to have multiple opportunities to do it. But for now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to just pass on the 100%. But that is all for this one. Happy haunting.